I'll never forget the look on my wife's face when the doctor gave us the news. Although he tried to break it to us gently, as soon as he said the word cancer, we knew our lives would never be the same. If it was me that was sick, that I could handle. But not one of my babies. Over the next few months, our battle for life took us far from home and into a confusing world of surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy. Sleepless nights at the hospital were followed by weeks of living apart. While the hospital was doing a great job caring for our daughter, we were struggling to keep our little family together. With money running out and our marriage being tested and our other daughter suffering from the strain, we were barely hanging on. While you might know it as the Ronald McDonald House, for us it will always be our own personal miracle. And we're not the only ones who've experienced this magical place. From the moment we walked through the front doors, we knew this was special. While it was great to have a place so close to the hospital where a whole family could stay together, we soon realized this was so much more than a house. The staff and volunteers were unbelievable. They made us feel like we were the most important guests that had ever stayed there. It wasn't until later that we found out they make all the guests feel that way. Having our own private room to retreat to when things got rough was something we really appreciated. And when we didn't feel like being alone, the chance to share a meal with other families who were going through the exact same thing as us was so powerful. In fact, that turned out to be one of the most important parts of our stay, sharing our pain with other people who truly understood. Some of those people will be friends of ours for the rest of our lives. Coming back from a long day at the hospital, it was great to walk into the house and be treated to a meal prepared by these amazing volunteers. At the house, they call them meals of love or happy meals. To us, they were part of the miracle. The fact that there were people who cared this much for us was huge. It really was. It meant much more than just a meal. One of our favorite things about the house was the laundry room. While this may sound a little strange, doing laundry together was one of the most normal things we had done in months. And to have internet access and computers, and a place for the kids to play, and transportation, and outdoor space to have a barbecue, and so much more. And then there were those things that no one would have ever expected. I'll admit, I cried the day that the local hair salon came to the house and cut and styled my wife's hair. It had been so long since she had taken any time for herself, and the difference it made for her is hard to describe. I had that same feeling when Lisa delivered a gift basket to our room that included a bathrobe and slippers and some other things that made my wife feel special. It was so unexpected, yet so wonderful. And as if that wasn't enough, I need to tell you about Camp Ronald McDonald for Good Times. When our doctor first suggested that our daughter go to camp, we could not even imagine it. How could a child who was weak from chemo and radiation go to camp? But when we found out that there were medical facilities and volunteer doctors and nurses, and that cancer patients had been attending this camp for 30 years, we thought we'd give it a try. And then our little girl had a chance to do something that she had only heard about from her friends. She got to go to camp. Swimming, archery, hiking, horseback riding, and even a 50-foot climbing wall were all part of the magical week that she will never forget. It was on our way home from camp that we realized that the Ronald McDonald House Charities is so much more than a house.
Our 6 houses in Los Angeles, Orange County, Loma Linda, Pasadena, Bakersfield, and Long Beach truly are magical places. When you also consider our family rooms located inside local hospitals, our camp for children and families battling cancer, our college scholarship program for deserving high school seniors, and the $500,000 in annual grants we give to other charities serving children, I hope you would agree that we are much, much more than a house.